Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone, Nikki here. Today, I want to show you how to install Alfresco with remote MySQL database. I have two machine clean install with CentOS 7, one for Alfresco and one for MySQL database. First, let's install MySQL Server. From Linux terminal, add the MySQL yum repository to your system's repository list. This is a one-time operation, which can be performed by installing an RPM provided by MySQL. Install MySQL by the following command. Use this command to start MySQL service. When you install MySQL 8.0, the root user account is granted a temporary password. To show the password of the root user account, you use this command. Note that your temporary password will be different. You will need this password for changing the password of the root user account. Change the root password as soon as possible by logging in with the generated, temporary password and set a custom password for the super user account. Execute the command MySQL secure installation to secure MySQL server. You will need to enter password for the roots account. Just hit enter if you don't want to change password. It will prompt for some questions. It is recommended to type yes. Restart MySQL service. Let's create Alfresco database. Validate password is installed by default. The default password policy implemented by validate password. Set the password policy level lower. Create user database Alfresco from remote IP address. Grant the all privileges of the database. Increase the maximum connections. Open MySQL firewall port to allow traffic through this specific port. Bind MySQL to external interfaces. Next, install Alfresco Community from a different machine. Before proceeding with Alfresco installation, first, assure that WIT utility is installed on your machine by issuing the following command with root privileges or from root account. Remove any MTA from the machine, in this case postfix mail server. Install Java Runtime Environment, JRE. The installed Java Runtime Environment, JRE, is needed to run Apache Tomcat web server. Alfresco's execution process relies on it. The next step is to download the Alfresco installer via its official page. Next, set up your system hostname and assure that local resolution points to your server IP address by issuing the following commands. After the binary file download finishes, issue the following command in order to grant execution permissions for the file and run Alfresco install. Oops, looks like I need to install the following dependencies required by Alfresco software in order to run properly. After the installation process starts, select the language and continue the installation process by using the following installation wizard as a guide to configure Alfresco. Set an admin password to enter Alfresco. Open the following firewall ports to allow external hosts in your network to connect to the Alfresco web application. Since I didn't configure the connection from Alfresco to PostgreSQL database server, Alfresco cannot connect to the specified PostgreSQL database to be used. Therefore, since it has been decided to use MySQL database to be connected from Alfresco, the step is informed as follows. Download and install MySQL connector, which is going to be used by Apache Tomcat web server to connect from Alfresco to MySQL database server. Oh, I almost forgot. Before proceeding, I create a symlink called /opt/alfresco that points to Alfresco community installation directory. Install MySQL connector. Copy MySQL connector to Tomcat library folder of jar files. In my context, it is located in /opt/alfresco/tomcat/lib. Use the telnet or nc command to connect to port 3306 for testing purpose. Test MySQL JDBC connection through CLI. I am using Skline by the way. It seems there's an error authentication protocol. MySQL's default authentication plugin is caching_SHA-2_password. However, there is a known issue with some versions of driver that can cause problems with this plugin. Let's go back to MySQL machine and alter user with MySQL native password plugin. Okay, let's test it again. JDBC connection. JDBC successfully connected to Alfresco MySQL database. Alfresco tables is empty. Edit the following Alfresco configuration file, so that Alfresco can use MySQL database server. Let's start Alfresco. Open the logs, seeing if there is an error. It seems there is still lots of error. WQS not found. But from the logs I didn't see any MySQL. Let's try to change DB driver with from MySQL. Okay, no error found. Alfresco is successfully installed with remote MySQL database. In order to access Alfresco web interface, add a new firewall rule to open port 80 on your machine. Finally, open your browser to your domain URL, replace the IP address or domain accordingly. Log in with admin user and the password configured for admin through the installation process. Thank you.